Hello all and welcome to a video that I had no intention of making today. My intention really was to do a mic on the mic video, which I've not done for a fair amount of time now, because there was a couple of things I wanted to discuss with you guys, but you might hear, I don't know if you can, the wind is howling outside, also the rain is lashing down, and it's just not the sort of day for filming outside. So if the weather continues like this, I might need to figure something else out for the backdrop for a mic in the mic video, because the backdrop is usually, you know, RC'd outside. So instead we're doing the first stage of the TT-02 White Special build. I've got the camera set up with my phone the same way I did with the TL01. Actually, while I'm talking, I might as well check that's on. Good. That would be embarrassing. So we might as well just get cracking on with this one. I'll put that way, out of the way. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this build. This one should take, I'm guessing it'll take less time than the TL01 build, because obviously it is a more modern design. Maybe it will be more streamlined, I don't know. But more importantly, because it's not going to be a runner, I'm not going to put, as I said on the previous video, I'm not going to put, how nice is that chassis? I'm not going to put grease in the gearbox or in the diffs or anything. This is purely going to be for display purposes, this car. So, need to make sure I get the manual. Look at the manual is nice. I just wish they'd use colour in a Tamiya manual, but never mind. A little bit of damage on the manual there. I wonder if it's just where it's been squashed into the box. Just make sure that's nicely lined up for you guys. Leave it about there. That's good. That's good. Right, what have we got then? Step 1. Refer to body instructions. Blah blah blah. This is just information. Wheelbase, ride height, track width. Okay. So we need patch 1 to 16. Is that right? Or is that just for the entire A section? A2 battery charger. Right, we're not doing that. So, okay, A3. So we're starting with A3. Okay. Okay, so my first thought was to assume we'd be using the parts A3 for part A on the manual, but we're not. We're using MA7, we're using BB2, GB2, GB3, C5. So there's a lot of bits going on. So we're not using A. I don't know where to put this. It's not a very big box. In the TL01 I could put the box, you know, to the side here with all the bits in it. I'll maybe put the bits out of the way here. I think it's out of the way of the camera. What we got here? B parts, A parts. Find the big parts first. Ah, what's that? These are the outdrives. Is this the C parts? This is the C parts. Okay, so we need the C parts. We need the C5 outdrives. Okay, we definitely need these. Alright. Always takes me a moment to get into a Tamiya build. Okay, and then these ones. Just empty them there. Make a big mess on the camera, why not? Right. Let's start with C5. How many do we need? Doesn't actually tell us. Okay, well we'll just get one at the moment. This is the C tree. Is it here? C5, this longer one, is it? Where's the numbers? Yes. C3, C3, C2, C6, C5. There's C5. Okay. Yes, it's smooth all the way along, apart from the flat edge for the grub screw or whatever. Not the out drives for the wheels because they've got the threading on them. Ah, wait a minute, I've forgotten something. I need to get my burr cutter offer, to give it its technical term. Hold on. Incidentally, on the last video I made, the one just introducing this, I was going to ask in the YouTube comments, did people prefer having a little bit of background music or not? But before I could even, I was going to pin up a comment, pin the comment to the top and get people to answer. But a few of you have already said no, we prefer without the music. So thanks for the feedback there. That's why there's no music on this video. Also, the last video was horrendously grainy. The GoPro is really poor in mid-light conditions. So was my last camera. It was even worse in fact, but the GoPro is not great. I'm really hoping that this one isn't so bad. I've got every light in the house on, all the curtains pinned back, but it's a really dark grey day outside and I'm not sure the light will be good enough. Hopefully it'll be better than last time. I'll need to work on a solution, but in the meantime this is what I've got. So apologies for that. So there we have C5. Need the ball bearing number 2. Where's the ball bearing kit? Here's the ball bearing kit. As I said before, the ball bearings in this Tamiya kit for once, not their really annoying rubbishy plastic bushings. Now there isn't part numbers on these, and they do vary in size. You can see some of them vary in size a little bit. But I'm going to go for, I really don't know what I'm going to go for. That one? Yeah, that looks about right. Forgot to get scissors. Let's have a look. Looks fine, doesn't it? So, is it? Yeah, it does. It slips on there nicely. So the ball bearings and GB3. GB3. Now what is that? Spur gear stopper. That's what they call it. GB3. Now what parts is GB3 on? It's not on this. It's several parts. Here's the spur. It's probably on here. Probably. Not entirely convinced. C parts. What's this part? Q parts. Right. Okay, so let's open the spur gears first. I really don't know where these parts are. I've seen other kits that I've built over the years. I'm struggling to think which ones, but I've certainly built kits over the years where, rather than all the plastic parts are here in A bag and all the metal bits are here in M bag or whatever it is, they just have steps 1 to 10 or in A bag, so everything's there. You finish all them, they're all gone, and then you go to part B and steps. It continues that way, which I think is better actually. But anyway, let's have a look here. Something wasn't connected. I might have, by pure coincidence, been GP2. It doesn't actually, no it's not. Nope. Is it this? For some reason it's got a little tag on it, even though it's not attached to anything. Is this it here? I think it might be. Yeah, it is. Looks like it. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's just that it looks. So they got it there. I wonder if it's just for identification purposes, to let you know that that's what that is. Get the burr off it. That's the burr came off pretty good. Spur gear stopper. It's got little flanges inside, but okay, it lines up with the peg. What are they calling it here? Little shaft. They're just calling it shaft, axle shaft. Where are the axle shafts? In the metal bags? See, I'm sort of hopping around here all over the place because that's how it is. MA7. This is C bag. Would it be in the C bag? MA7? I don't know. There's no metal bits here. What's in here? B bag. No. It's gotta be in here. This is a bit of a voyage of discovery building a Tamiya kit. Once you got sort of on a roll, it's all good, but until that point I'm a bit disjointed here a little bit. Here are the shafts. Are they the right size? Are they the right ones? So look. MA7, that looks pretty good. Yep. And will it fit through here? Yes it does. Yes it does. There we go. Should hold it nice. And it's funny, you're building, the first thing you do is build a spur gear. Bizarre. The very first stage is let's build the spur gear. Okay, I'll build the spur gear first. There we go. It does come together nicely. That's what I like about building Tamiya stuff. It does tend to come together very nicely. Another BB2 bearing, as it says there, you need 2 of them. It might be the other BB2 bearing, I'm not entirely sure how many of these we get. Yeah, good. And GB2, what are they going to call this one? Bevel pinion gear, that's what hit the floor, that's what came off. This one? Is that big enough? Maybe. It's the same, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, GB2, bevel pinion gear. There we are. Spur assembly. Put that to the side. Right, what we need now is the other GB2, the other C5, 2 more BB2 bearings. Okay. C5, there it is. Set that off. Spurs, get rid of them. Bearings. Okay, them ones. Those ones rather. Those ones, Mike. Get your grammar correct. No, that's the wrong one. First one was okay. Ah, so there is only one more. So these are the 4 BB2 bearings. So according to this, we're putting 1 bearing on there, but then it says 2 on, but they're separate. Ah, so they must be separated by the shaft at a later point, because you can quite see that there's a gap and there'll be a shaft going through. So get the other bearing, which I removed. Where did I put it? There it is. Put that on as well. Get the other bevel pinion gear, which you'll notice is black. It did say on the advert that all the plastic parts are white, but obviously not. That's fine. So they will eventually sort of sit like that. That way around. And now we get the main drive shaft, C4. So we're assembling the spur assembly, and then the front end, I don't know what you would call this, the front end of the drive shaft. And then the main drive shaft as the first stage of assembly. That is odd. That is odd. Okay, but let's do that then. There's the main drive shaft. That's a lot better. That's a lot better than the TT-01 drive shaft. My TT-01's using the aluminium. I think it's 3 racing. It's either 3 racing or yeah racing. Alloy prop shaft upgrade. Because the standard one was mince, absolutely terrible. But oh, that's a nice fit. Sorry. Get all giddy when things fit nice. Look at that. Nice. Odd. That's the first stage of assembly, but nice. Okay. Oh, look at that. We're already. I hope you can see this in the camera. I think you can. Getting the bottom deck out and fitting this. That's cool. Where did I put the deck? There it is. This is so nice. I mean, I've said it before. This is lovely. Come on. Rip. There we go. Thank you. Oh, that's so nice. I still need that. I like that a lot. Look at this. Alright. Oh, no. Nope. So, does it just sit in there? Yes, it does. Then the bearings should just... There we go. Keep manoeuvring in. Look at that. Lovely, lovely, lovely. This is just so different. I like it. It's really cool. And then we have, we get into the screws here for the first time. MA2, 2 off, very familiar with them after the TL01. Just to screw this part in D2, and that will secure it down. So we need screws, which are here. MA2, so I need one more of those. This is where having the parts bagged up in correspondence to the stage of the manual would be better, as I said before. So if bag A was from every step from 1 to 10 and bag B was from every step from 11 to 20, we'd have no parts left over. That would be sufficient. Well, it would be more than sufficient, would be better. So these are the right size screws there. So this is for the first time I need the screwdriver out. So, found the right size of screws eventually, finally. Now I need part D2, so we need a D tree, which I don't have out, I don't think that's a C. That's a C. What's this one? This is the D tree. Lovely. And we're looking for this part here, which I assume is D2. Yes, it is D2. This part here. I love the look of this chassis already. I mean, look at it. Already. Darn. The burr's in a really awkward place though. Look at that. See how it's just in there, right in there. Can I get in there? D2 sits this way around and then covers that bearing. Oh wait a minute, there's another one, D1, I didn't notice that there. D15 goes underneath to support it from the bottom. Good thing I noticed that. Because it doesn't say at the side here what we need, which is odd. Because at the side it usually mentions, you know, we need these buttons, we need them. This one only says, oh, we need these 2 screws, but it doesn't mention the fact that we need D2 and D15 alongside here. So there's D15, which I just noticed. Where's D15? Ah, there it is. Sort of complicated looking thingy. Alright. So D15 goes underneath and where it slots into these gouges in the chassis there, just sort of sits, does it? Oh, it does. Okay. That's the guide for the. There we are. Then there's still a. That's odd. So D50's in there, and it blocks. There's no way a shaft can go through that. So see the hole there in the part. What was the part number again? C5. I'm guessing the only reason that's there is because the C5 parts are identical, and one of them required. This one required a pin going through it, a shaft going through it. This one doesn't seem to, but they've just made them identical anyway. That's the only thing I can think of. Still not happy with the burr on that, but I suppose I'm allowed to be a perfectionist on this build since this is going to be a shelfer. It's hard to get in at it. Right, and then let's have a look here. D2, sorry, goes this way and then covers the bearing like that. Alright, and those 2 screws here. Just try not to, there we go, try not to cross thread it or strip it out or anything, because these need to be tapped because the plastic is not threaded. Nice, nice, nice. Okay, that's first page done. So we're on a roll now, it just takes a little moment. Differential. Now this will be quicker than should be because obviously I'm not putting grease in it. No point in having it full of grease sitting on the shelf, especially since, because there won't be a motor in it, there'll be a hole, a gap where the motor shaft and pinion would slide through, which would then seal it up essentially. but that's not going to be there, so that hole will be exposed, and if there's grease and everything in the gears, all that's going to do is over the time dust will get in there and stick to the grease. So right, MA5s, they look smaller than this. They are smaller than this. They're very small screws. So we've got another size of screw here. It's going to have to be. Ah wait, you know, I see them. I see them. That makes sense because it may look like oh, here's another bag we've got to open. By this point, if you're building it to run, you would already use some grease, so this bag would have been opened anyway. So it's not as redundant as it seems. But I think I have opened, you know, with requirements, I think I've opened something like 5 or 6 bags so far, and I'm on the second page. So yeah, Tamiya, you are jumping around a fair amount. Is that them or are they too small? I think they might be. Well, no, they look correct. They look correct. And there's a fair few of them. Make 2, yeah. So there should be 8 in total. Okay, so we have them there. These are the correct sizes, correct ones. Obviously need the grease apparently. GB1, just putting them together. G3 for the bevel gears, so well, what they call planetary gears, and G1 for this part. Is that going to be one piece? G1. I hope that's not plastic. Well, I've got a funny feeling it probably will be. G. Aha. Oh, they are plastic, right? Yeah, I see them. That's them there. Everything seems to be on here. That's nice. Came off no burrs at all. So the G3s, which are these here. Good part. Yeah, that's right. Okay, so please don't burr off. Please just come off nicely. This will probably feel horrid with no grease with these plastic gears, but it makes more sense to build them dry. If it's just for display, it really does make more sense. Whoop. Okay, and then we have, this is GB1. Now there should be a diff. Surely there's a bearing. Surely a bearing goes in this differential at the bottom. Isn't that right? No? We need G2. These are G2s here. 1, 2. If I'll use those ones since I've already started that tree. There they are. This tree is now completely redundant. So surely a bearing goes there. Has to. Or not. Are you telling me I've got to assemble this with no bearing in it? It's just plastic friction. Jeez. Alright, well that's the first thing I don't like about this build, but thankfully I'm not running it, but that's a bit poor. So basically there's no bearing at all running between the bottom of these bevel gears and the bottom of the cup in the bottom of the differential. So this sits directly on the plastic, which isn't great, to be honest. I would have expected a bearing here, and that would have sat. But anyway, that's how it is. That's how it is in the build. So we need. Yeah, that's a bit rubbish. That's just going to feel. That's going to feel horrid. Obviously, no grease doesn't help, but that will feel just minging, as they say, minging. Okay. Let's just put it in there. Boom. At least it fits together well. Tolerances are good. And then these. Now these will require the smaller screwdriver. So it'll be interesting to see, because the thing is, I can't remember. It was many years ago I built my TT-01 Type E, and I assume that it was the same in the differential for that one, that there's no bearing at all for the bevel gears to run on, and you know, my TT-01 ran fine like that, although I did also buy a bearing kit for the TT-01, but by this point my TT-01 doesn't even have the standard differentials in it. It has much stronger and much more efficient upgrade. I think they've got ball bearing diffs in it, but strong ball bearing diffs. I know that ball bearing diffs can be a bit weaker than geared diffs, but these ones are steel. So yeah, I think that same sort of upgrade would be required if you were going to be running your TT-02 with anything like, you know, brushless power, or even a very, very strong brushed motor. You might want to replace the differentials. I know that also the TT-01, the bevel gears I think are metal, whereas the TT-02 they're plastic, I think. Well, there's certainly plastic on this, but I seem to remember they were metal in the first car. But anyway, there's diff 1 complete. Just need to basically repeat this process. Right, there's the bearings built. Yeah, nice enough. Quality of the plastics is lovely as usual. Good tolerances on it as well, but I would say unnecessary friction, even with these full of grease or whatever. Just the fact that the bevel gears aren't running on ball bearings. And I know that a standard Tamiya chassis would come with bushes rather than bearings, which is wrong. They should always come with bearings, but they don't. But even still, yeah, it would have been nicer to have these running on bearings. But anyway, that's how they are. BB1 bearings come next. These are the larger ones with the big diameter hole in the middle, which makes sense because it's to fit the, there they are, the 4 in here. Nice. I do like the fact that this White Special does come with hop-up parts like the bearings and the oil-filled shocks, but as usual, again, they should come with those anyway. All the budget brands are coming with that nowadays, so Tamiya really should step up the game with that. However, it is nice that the special version, which, you know, must cost more to manufacture, doesn't actually cost any more retail, because this was only about £100 anyway, retail. Slightly dirty there. I'll have to give that a wash. Don't know why that's got slightly dirty, but so that way around the front. It does. Everything's, the tolerances are lovely. The tolerances are really good. I am really pleased with the way it's coming together, even at this early stage. It certainly has. You can see, because I recently built the TL01, you can see this does. Still some. How is there dirt on a brand new chassis? It just came out of the packet. You can see that there's definitely an improvement here in the design and tolerances of it. Okay, we need the diff housing. A4. A4. Where's the A tree? We have the D tree. We have the here's the A tree, isn't it? That's the A tree. That's the A4. Nice diff cover. Look at that bar. Look at that. Hopeless. Useless. Minging. Pointless. Front end sits nicely like that. That is nice. I'm liking the tolerances on this chassis so far. It's definitely a step up from the TL01. There was a bit of wiggle in some of the parts, and this so far has been better. But then it should be better. This is a 20-year-old newer design at least. Although, to be fair, as much as I like my Tamiyas and as much as I like this car so far, and I do like the TL01 as well, if you did show someone this car and said this is 20 years worth of progress, they'd be like, really? 20 years? Really? That's what you've achieved in 20 years? Right. Number 7 done. Number 8. More of these MA2s. Well, I've got that bag open now, so I'm covered for MA2s. I need A2, A3, A3, A2. Here it is. It's that piece. Can you hear the wind howling outside, by the way? It's horrendous. The weather's awful. I mean, yeah, it's November, the end of November, so yeah, it should be awful. Well, actually, should it be awful? It should be like nice crisp snow, winter wonderland sort of thing. But no, it's just pissing rain, howling winds. So, how does this part fit? It's sort of... Oh, it goes like that? Yes, it does. Oh, I remember these pieces on the TL01, yeah, they're not quite the same, but very similar. Yeah, I remember these pieces. Don't know what happened with that bar. Yeah, I remember those bits sitting there loose, being completely redundant for half the build, and I was like, what the hell are these pieces for? But yeah, I got it. The right size of screw, did I get them as well? Yes, I did. So they sit in there, don't they? Yeah, they do. So we need 2 more of those screws, that's fine, I've got them. We need B13s. B13s. I've not used any parts from the B tree yet, have I? This is the first foray into the B tree. This is the B tree. Yes. Alright, they're identical. Ooh, plastic's lovely. Right, these are the 13s. 2 of. The other one will be on the other side. These feel, for some reason this tree feels nicer. I don't know what it is, but this feels, look how pliable that is. That's some nice plastic. Nice plastic. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Still got a bar though. It says here we need parts P7 here and here, the little ball joint things to plug into these. They apparently snap into those. Right, so let's find those parts. P7. They've got to be, that sort of thing has to be loose in a bag, surely. Melt springs. Not in there. Are they in with the pinion? Nope. Are they in with the bearings? No. Oh geez, they're plastic. I thought they'd be metal. Here's the P tree here. I honestly thought those things would be metal. Well, I hope the snap noise when I push these things in is for them snapping into place, not snapping owing to being the wrong material. Because when it comes to that sort of thing where you have sort of friction on friction movement, you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? It's just better with some metal than plastic, but anyway. These are the parts here. And for goodness sake, snap into place, don't just generally snap. Wait, come here. Ow! No? Wow, actually they rotate really freely. I'm surprised by that. They actually rotate really, really freely. Huh. Well, there you are then. Obviously, in Tamiya know what they're doing more than I'm giving them credit for here. There we go. This one, yeah, again, yeah, really free. But there's no play. That's cool. There's no, well, there's very little play left to right. It's so little that it's, you know, irrelevant, but still got. Okay, fair enough. Right, that's good. That's good. And then this all holds together because of MA2. Screws through part number A7. A7. So this is the A tree again, wasn't it? Wasn't it? This was A, wasn't it? Yep, this was A. A7? 7. That's it. A7. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Snipper things, snippity snips. Deburrifiers. That way around. Okay. So these are symmetrical, but they need. Are they? Oh, there's a little guide. There's a little thing. See these parts there? You see that on the camera? There and there. That's to tell you which way around to go. So those have to be to the front. Yeah, like that. So that's the right way around. Which is annoying because that one's got a sort of mould mark there. I bet that one does as well. Yeah, it does. So one of them has to have the mould mark showing up, which is annoying for a shelfer, but I think the overall effect on the chassis will be lovely. And this way around. Yes, yes, no, maybe, yes. I'm glad these things aren't flapping around loose for the entire build, because on the TT-01, sorry, I really was half the build. I was like, well, when are these things going to get screwed down? Because they're annoying me now. Flapping loose. And they were, you know, when you're maneuvering the car around, sorry, just reminding myself, you find them coming out and jumping off and blah blah blah. You don't want that. This is straight to the point. I prefer this. Alright. That's cool. That's cool. Top arms, obviously not adjustable, obviously. But they're nice plastic though. Nice plastic. And here we are on the rear end here. And we're going to just basically do exactly the same procedure again. I think it's virtually symmetrical. It can be swapped the parts back and forward by the looks of it. Okay, where is it? Where is it? There it is. Yeah, it's absolutely identical. Which means the burrs are just as bad on this side. Jeez. Alright. That was plunk. So plunk. Nothing I've missed out there, no, just a piece of plunk. Part 10, I've just noticed that the, although a lot of them are the same, is the A2 the same? The A2 is the same, that and that's the same, but the arms, the top arms are definitely different, which makes sense because they're not steering arms, these are steering arms obviously. So let's get A2 again. Fine. Got plastic on me. Again, a couple of A2s goes in there. Keep throwing myself because I'm still seeing these BB1 bearings, and I dealt with them ages ago, like ages ago. At least a few minutes. Okay. Now we need the arms. Okay, and the shock tower. It's not really a shock tower. Well, it is, but it's a very small one. So we need the same arms. No, sorry, as I said, different arms. Different arms? Different arms. A B17 for the arms, there they are, and A7 for the shock tower, and again 4 of the MA2 screws. So A7 first. A7 first. Here it is. And the arms. B17. These are the A parts. These are the B parts. This is the 17 here, is it? Yes, there's one. And there's two. Okay, nice one. And these ones actually don't, oh no, maybe they do. Huh. Okay. Yeah, no, they do. I thought they didn't have the sort of mold line mark on it, but they do. Alright, A7 in there, so the arms are flapping around, the top arms are flapping around. Now it says 4 of these. That's right, because I've already done them. So 1, listen to that weather, holy crap. That's terrible, that's awful, that's just nasty. And I need to go out and get some more milk. Splash along my farm track. Right, that's us finished step 10, which I think is a perfect time to finish this video for today, because step 11 starts with the motor mount and everything, which I'm obviously skipping, but then we're going, well, the motor I'm skipping, I'll obviously put the mounts in, but this is a good place to stop, and I'm sure the video is plenty long enough. In fact, it's so long, I think my phone's gone off. I hope that's still recording. Right, so this is where we're going to stop today. So thank you very much for watching. We'll catch you again soon, and take care. See you later.